Are you ready? So, why is it that we get all these pillows, both on the bed and on the couch, only to get there ready to sit and throw them all over?
Mine are here.
Yeah, but there's other ones over there.
Yeah. It was too much on camera.
Yeah, but that's just life.
But I would have it close. You
guys-
don't like it.
I only need the pillows that I need. I don't
So-
need all these extra.
If it looked right on camera with my shirt, I would have them.
Oh, you need pillows that matches.
Yeah, it has to match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like that works. It's
No, but
comfortable and you
that's
can
not
sleep.
because you load
Only
up
guys
the couch.
do that.
You load the couch with pillows, and as soon as you're ready to sit, you get rid of them.
Only guys.
You do the same thing on the bed, right?
It's because you're going to bed.
Yeah, you go on the bed, you take off all the pillows, throw them on the floor, throw them somewhere.
But then I have you to snuggle up with. So before you, I used to have a body pillow.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about all these decorative pillows
I
that
know.
people throw in.
I know. Those people should not be buying them. I have them because I need them.
Don't need. Welcome back to another episode of the pod as we try to get ourselves ready to record this episode. Our kids are currently at VBS, one at work, and so we thought we'll take the opportunity to record this episode, and we are on episode 5. All right, so that's good, and that also shows that one, we are committed to this, and we want to, at least for us, catalog our story, and for you to share the stories with you, and for you to participate and join with us on this journey. We call this the pod because it is effectively our personal home community. That is my wife and I and our 5 children. How do we do life cross-culturally and ministerially? And how do we work all of those out and make sure that it is well blended? We avoid using the word balance because the problem that I have with the word balance is to get something balanced, you have to get equal parts of one thing to the other. And so,
It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
When you try to balance.
and how do you balance life and ministry? We started that discussion or that conversation, and there's more to that. But how do I personally, for me as a full-time pastor, full-time minister, how do I make sure that I give enough portion of myself, my time to my family, as well as enough portion of myself? And we know that challenge is hard because there are seasons of life where one demands another. And for us, over the last however many years that I've been full-time ministry, since 2008, it's been really not a balancing game, but it's all been a life and ministry, or perhaps like we said last week, life is ministry approach. I am Ricardo.
I'm Christian, just like the religion.
Okay, you don't have to keep saying it.
Oh,
every
no, he
week.
likes it. He likes when I say it. So
Yeah.
every time, even at the doctor's office, dentist's office.
That's why
yes,
she
that's-
promotes herself.
No, I set a date and I make sure that we can be seen at the same time.
Yeah, she takes a picture of me.
Oh, Lord. No.
In September, we are going to celebrate 2 major milestones. And the first one is that we'll be celebrating 20 years of marriage.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. She's been putting up with this for 20 years. And I will be celebrating my 50th birthday.
Mhm.
But today, as already we talked about it last time, it is going to be more of the dating. How do we do dates? And this is more where my wife is going to talk, and I'm going to interrupt her as much as possible. And
That's a date.
again, that's new. Not really. But it's ultimately, but before we go there, dating and our relationship, what are some memorable dates that you can recall in our early stages?
Oh, ooh. Early stage of dating. I would say, so back where we were in that small town of Moberly, there was a park. I just always enjoyed going there, just the 2 of us, whether we were riding around in your car or just getting out walking by the water. It was just really nice just to have that time with you. One, we didn't have to spend money because when you're in college, we really didn't have much money, but just having that time together, I think was most memorable.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, hey, I'm going to try to impress you with this dinner or to take you to this fancy place. It was just simple, quiet. It was just very nice because that gave us more time to talk and to get to know each other without anything else that was pressing on us or a time commitment because we were at the park. So it was just easy going.
Yeah.
So,
I thought you were going to say Walmart.
okay, y'all, if you did not watch the last episode or 2 episodes ago, he talked about what he used to do in Walmart, proposing to me next to the jewelry stand.
Yeah. We, along with Walmart, the park,
Walmart was one of your most memorable?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
Those are places that we would go.
Yes.
There was a Mexican restaurant that we did a lot. And I think there were 2 specific dinner dates that we would do very often, whether dinner or lunch. One was Subway. All right, we would do Subway.
That's why I don't like Subway.
No,
okay.
was it? I think it was Subway because there was no blend peas, because the blend pea you used to like,
Okay.
and so we'd do Subway. The other would be Burger King. We would do Burger King a lot.
Yeah. Again, this was a small town. We didn't have many options.
It wasn't even it wasn't the option because you could drive to Columbia and find some nice restaurants there. But it was often because it was feasible. And so it was easier to go, whether it's a coupon or whatever it was, grab our meals and between classes and all of that. So there was a key moment from a Burger King trip that we had. You don't remember, but I do.
Oh, if you're going to say what I think you're going to say, go ahead.
I don't think it, but there was one key moment where it made it, okay, she's a keeper.
Tell me when it's...
Whoa, easy.
I want to know. Hurry up.
No, that was a very good indicator. It wasn't the first time, and you continue to do that even now. When we would go somewhere to grab something to eat and I would be driving, you would make sure that the food, whether it's a sandwich or burger, was wrapped properly so I can grab it and eat it without having to wrestle with the wrapping. So that was a moment, okay, she's nurturing and caring, and it wasn't just enough that she was cute. It was just to make sure I'm okay. And you still do that today, and you'll do it tomorrow, and 5 years from now, 20 years from now, and our 50th year, it'll still be something that was very indicative of what our future could be. So that was a key moment for me. But there was another spot that we've learned and still do to date.
And what's that spot?
Do you know which one?
You can say it.
Go ahead, because you don't remember.
So if it's the spot that
Go
we
ahead.
went to, that he introduced me to, is Costco's.
It wasn't Costco's.
Okay, fine.
It was Sam's Club, because there was no Costco.
Oh, yeah. So I really didn't know about Costco's or Sam's Club.
Yeah.
Sam's Club
It was Sam's
around
Club.
first?
Yeah, there it was.
okay.
We didn't have a Costco there.
Okay.
So, yes.
He's teaching
Sam's Club.
history here.
Sam's Club was our go-to. Why was it our date? Whether it was a date after date or to get some stuff, it became a date. So that was the way we do. So why would you recommend dating at Costco's or Sam's Club?
Okay, all college students, especially from our area where we went to school, you can go in, you can get the free snacks, especially if your parents have a membership. Use that card, okay? Because you need to get those things for college anyway, so hang on to that card. You get the free samples, and they have cheap...
And Sam's Club, unlike
lunch.
Costco, you don't need to show membership to walk in. So unless they used to.
Yeah.
They went back and forth between
Okay.
them. But now you can walk in. Costco's, they make you scan at the door.
Now probably they're going to start because you said something.
That's get a membership.
Yeah, back to what we were talking about.
Sam's Club date.
Yeah, Sam's Club date.
Yeah.
And the carts are wide enough so we can walk next to each other side by side and one hand over the other. So I enjoyed that part.
Mm-hmm.
And then just shopping. So
Yeah.
getting to know him in that way. Oh my, I remember on one of our dates, we talked about like toothpaste because I am a Crest
the Crest
fan.
versus Colgate.
Yes. That's all I've ever known. Thanks, Mom. All I've ever known was Crest. However, when we got married, we realized that's a problem.
No, didn't we buy two at a time at one point?
We had
we used to have two.
We had to buy.
Well, you go with your Colgate, I'll go with Crest, I'll go with my Colgate.
True, because it was like, but it's not going to work.
No, and I think, again, that speaks of, you said, thanks, Mom. That speaks of the difference in how we grew up. Colgate was the brand that was familiar, and it wasn't, I don't know if it was a natural choice. It was the only option for us. It was either Colgate, Aquafresh, or anything that was cheap. That's what we would get. And Crest seemed to be the upper class toothpaste. It's pricier, it's more expensive, and you get less.
Okay, all the things I never looked at, I just saw Crest.
Again, the difference.
Got Crest. Because my mom always got Crest. So that's what we use.
No, we would do Sam's Club date, and because it was timing it, you would get the free simple snacks there. Oh. And the way they used to have the layout and of course that's 20 years ago, they would have chairs and couches laid out at like a living room, and they would put the TV there, kind of selling everything. We would chill there. But ultimately, and still today, you can enjoy a meal very inexpensively. Even now for us, a family of 7, we go and spend $20 and everybody's eating. Mm-hmm. And so those are some things that we learned to navigate as we started our lives and continues to be part of that. There are some specific rules I'm going to have you talk about what defines as a date and what it entails. And then we'll come back to talking about the rules.
Okay, rule number 1.
No, you're going to define, then I will say we'll deal with the rules.
Okay.
So let's go first definition.
Okay, fine.
Talk about rule number 1. Can't follow instructions.
I sure can. That's why I'm the teacher.
All right, so let's define dates for you.
Fine. Dates for us is the 2 of us. Like when we do our podcast.
So this is a date, especially because the kids are not here, no interruption.
I know, and it's so quiet.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a date. So as long as it's the 2 of us, it doesn't matter where we're going, it's a date.
Okay. Which frees us up from a lot of the planning. And we do those as well.
Yeah,
right?
we do. Not as often.
Not as often
and it's
as
okay.
she'd like. But it's ultimately, we are seizing every moment. So there's been time where I'm like, oh, I'll be right back. I'm going to the grocery store and grab milk. And she goes, no. She goes, oh, it's a date. I'm saying it's just going for milk.
That's what you think. We are going on a date, so we can get milk.
Yeah, we take those opportunities or whatever it is. Our rules are very, very, I guess, minimal, right?
It depends. What's your rule?
No, it's not my rule. I think it's more yours, but it's something that we work with.
Okay.
1, I always open the door if it's a date. And that is something we started from day 1.
Before we were married.
Yep. Yeah. So it was a decision that I made. It wasn't something that you were looking for, and nor is it something that you communicated, hey, if we're going to go out on a date, this is the way that it needs to be. And for me, it wasn't. And at some point, I think we're going to talk more on where we get our examples from. And this wasn't something that I saw in my upbringing or around me, where it was more maybe from TV or watching the guy opening the door for the girl. And those don't ever last. But for us, for the last 20 years, it has been a consistent thing for us. So if it's going out for milk and it's just the 2 of us, or a planned date to one of our restaurants or favorite restaurants that we go to, then it becomes something, that we are obligated to.
Well, on that door opening, my dad, before I even started dating you, would say, make sure the guy opens your door. I would do dates with my dad. If we did very well on our report card, he'd take us out that individually for like lunch or dinner, and we would go to Olive Garden. So I think with that, it got my mind stuck on dates have to be out at a restaurant. So yeah, I didn't realize it until now, but I think that's where it came from. And then get all dressed up, and my mom would do my hair, and then my dad would take me to go out, and he'd always open the door. So to me, that's just what I felt you should do. And my dad said,
Yeah, but it wasn't something that you communicated. It was like, okay, I really want to impress her.
okay,
This would be something that I should do to impress her.
yeah,
But at the same time, on the guy side, there is the test.
what's the test?
So the test is, I will open the door for you.
Okay.
And as I close the door, as I'm making my way around front or back, you're to reach and trying to open the door for me.
Okay, so what he is not sharing when you are 4'11".
That's why I said you tried.
Okay, guys,
Yeah.
you gotta comment. Let us know if that's what.
Let us know if that's something you look for, if you've dated or looked at any of that. Okay, I'm going to open the door. Let's see if she opens my door, or at least tries to.
Okay, next
right?
date, y'all do it. Okay, let us know.
Yes. So that's something that I think, and I'm glad you shared this about your dad, because again, that wasn't something that I knew about, and that's not something that you communicated. It was an act. So do you think it would have changed if I didn't open the door?
Oh, it would.
Okay.
It would.
So no second date?
No second date, but I would say I would ask you to open my door,
Okay.
car door, door at the restaurant, at the school, wherever we are,
Okay.
because that's just something that needs to be done.
So if you don't communicate that, it's hard for them to really be able to say, oh, okay, this is what she likes.
True. Communication is important.
It's very important. But as we got married and eventually had our first child, that rule changed a bit, because it wasn't just a date. Everything was a date because that was the rule. If it's the two of us, we're on a date. But when it came to the time where we had our first child and now 5N, it changed, because it was, as long as we are with the kids, because one of us had a stroller or something. All right. So whenever it's a date, doors open.
But what I've noticed over the last maybe year, Miles, our youngest, he'll open my door.
Yep.
He'll get out. He'll be getting out of the car so he can open my door.
It's not just Miles. Michael has done it.
Yes.
So
Yep.
it's just you model, and that itself becomes a teaching tool for them to recognize
it's really
that.
neat.
How do you
I
think
like
that's gonna, do you think, and how do you think it's gonna have an impact on our girls?
Oh, it's going to be huge. Not that we want them to date anytime soon, but just to have that understanding of how a husband should care for the wife. And because they didn't see us dating before we were married, when I'm married, this is what I would like to have. Or this is the type of person, the qualities that I would like to see in a future husband. So I think that is something that would be great for them.
Yeah.
And you do such an excellent job. And, oh, is that the eyebrow thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I enjoy it so much.
Yeah.
Especially Mia. She has this huge heart, and I love when she sits there and she smiles at you, or you'll like give her a little tickle. Mia looks more like me, so it's like that's what I look like when I was your age. Comparing those pictures, but it's just like a kid and her dad. It is the sweetest moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think my hope is that our girls would take such a learned example that they would not settle.
Yeah.
So over the last couple of years, we've been in this place in Harrisburg, and I think the first year we did a whole lot more, a lot better. So what has been your favorite places outside? Oh, let's go restaurant. What has been your favorite?
I would say Millworks. I don't know, the dishes that come out are really good. It's a bit pricey, but we've been there for, I think, a birthday, anniversary. So that place to me is that's more memorable. And the little art sections that they have on display, I like to see that. So just being a part of it all. But just our conversations when we're in there. Again, it's just the two of us. And sometimes I do date naps as we are waiting, and it is quiet, because as a mom, moms know that sometimes when it's just the two of you and it's quiet,
You just want to cozy up and go to sleep.
and you're reading this menu, and then or you say, I'm going to take a prayer moment. That's what it is.
No, is it? Let's say amen quick.
The amen's coming later. Yeah, but it's just, I don't know, it's a special place. Just the atmosphere of it. How about you?
Right now is red crab is probably my
Oh,
favorite.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
my red crab.
Food wise, that's one of our
Yeah,
favorites.
it's my. Oh, you want to go there? Okay, let's go. Versus, I'm not really into that. Okay, why is dating kind of your favorite thing? Because couples get to a place where the marriage and all right, life is.
Well, for me, we dated before we got married. And when we started having kids, when we got to the second, right into the third, when I got pregnant, that dating slowed down. One, we were in a new location, didn't really know as many people. During that time, I think I started having enter into the space of darkness, depression. We'll talk more about that in another episode. But it just turned my life. It felt like upside down. And I didn't want to be around, didn't want to date or anything like that. Years later, after coming out of that space, it was, all right, God, my relationship with you needs to change. And then it went to my husband and then to our children. So building on what is it that I can do to help my relationship with my husband, and dating was one that just came into play. At the beginning of my recovery from depression, I wanted something special that we can do together. And we had talked about, I was praying about this, and it was, okay, I started back walking because that was a big stress release for me. And it was time alone to pray and to just be with God. And one day I was like, I'm going to start jogging. And then one day I got another thought to ask you to come jog with me. And I'm like, the worst he can say is no. So he said yes.
So, what would you say to couples in this space? Why is it important to find and make time for dating your spouse?
All right. That is a great question. Before you got married, or if you're planning to get married, you need to know the person, unless you have an arranged marriage. It's a little different. But if you're in a situation like what we had or something similar, meeting at college, yeah, you'll see them in class, but getting to know someone at a deeper level is very important. Communication. We didn't live together before we got married. So that part was very different for us as we moved forward. But just getting to know who this person is, what they like or dislike, knowing, hey, you are a truthful person, or I know when something's happening that I need to step up and say something, or how can I care for you in this way when you're not saying what it is exactly, or just to be around that person and just to hear their heart. You don't always have to say something in response. So to me, that's why it's important to date. Because if we're doing something that is like, all right, we're going to go skating. In fact, we used to do that. And then I found out we were pregnant with our firstborn. So I stopped roller skating. He was with me too, skating. And
Monday nights. So I think part of it is to understand that the date doesn't have to always be deeply planned. We've done mini golf. A lot of our dates are let's play together.
Right.
All right. The dates are not necessarily always designed to, okay, let me get to know. And it can be, depending what stage you are in your relationship. But it's just to, sometimes I see our dates as I really haven't sat down and just breathed together without the kids, okay, let's just get it through the night. Let's go. So that's been good. And there were times where our dates are not all right, let's see who can win at whatever that game
like
is.
spoons
Yes.
that we learned in college.
Yeah. So it's just finding
Just
ways
fun.
to play and
Yeah.
have fun together and laugh. That to me is one of the expectations, and enjoy something good. So regardless of where we go, it becomes something more meaningful.
Yeah.
Anything else that from a dating experience that I think is essential?
Just making sure it's the two of us finding special ways to just care for each other, making eye contact.
Crazy eyes?
Crazy eyes.
Okay.
Yeah. Serious eyes.
Nah. Don't have those.
You don't.
No.
No, for me, that's what it is. And just taken the moment just to be together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like, unless it's a special occasion, it is often unplanned, which takes the pressure off and it doesn't make it as demanding. And if that's the way it needs to be for you, that's good. Make it work that way. But for us, we find that taking, and particularly all credit goes to my wife on that, seizing whatever opportunities that's present and making it the best. And so whether it's going out to shopping for groceries, that could be, we used to go to the Y, and as soon as we drop off the kids to, or we go in the pool or do our workout, that was a date. We're on the treadmill right next to each other or the bicycle right next to each other. Those were, for her, dates then defined, and it didn't always revolve around a restaurant or any kind of activity because life is financially challenging. And so to not have to deal with that as a pressure is very helpful, to acknowledge that and to take those opportunities. Husbands, wives, date each other often as you can, daily, regularly, as whatever moments that you can. And I get it. If you have a small child, it makes it harder. Then you really have to plan it to have. And I think that was one of the blessing with our first church, that we had people stepping in saying, "Okay,
Oh, they were lined up to babysit.
No, you don't need a special occasion to bless someone, and we've been blessed by many and so often, and we're grateful for that." So, and this is our date conversation and on me and my pod, and I hope you had an opportunity to hear and listen and learn from ours, and may our story help and motivate and challenge and spur you on some level. And if you could do us a favor, whether if you're watching on YouTube, which is our primary video channel, if you would do us a favor and just hit that subscribe button, it would greatly help. Right now, I think we're at 19. We would love to see 50. That's our base target. Then, of course, 100, then 1,000, then 5,000. YouTube pay you the more subscribers you have. And so that
more
money,
dates we have.
That money means more dates for us. And that would be, we got a long way to go. But that would be very helpful. If you are on other platform, you can simply, or favorite, or however you interact with those platforms, share it, comment. The more interaction, the better it'll be for us. So whether you put in a comment that says "way to go," or perhaps you would let us know what's your favorite date spot. Where do you like to go? What do you like to do? Or your favorite restaurant to go out on dates on, or your favorite activity, whatever that may be. We'd love to hear from you, and we thank you for being part of this journey along with us. And once again, I'm Ricardo.
I'm Christian.
And this is me and my pod. We'd love to have you be part of it. Come, join the pod.